Executive Director Renewable Energy at NTPC and CEO NVVN. NVVN, probably as you know, sir, is a wholly owned subsidiary of NTPC, and this is an event which we are organizing to organize a Green Charcoal Hackathon. So with your permission, sir, I'll like to run through a small presentation which will not only introduce you to the concept and why we are doing it. So I'll request my colleague, Mr. Sanjay Bode, to kindly upload the presentation. So we are living in a hyper-connected world, which is also providing great opportunities for collaboration and crowdsourcing. The whole idea here is that how we can tap into the entrepreneur spirit, the innovative spirit of the Indian youth and the Indian people, and how we can get ideas which we can actually make work in the longer run. So this is a small presentation, sir, we'll quickly have a few slides on NVVN. Yeah, let's move ahead, please. So NVVN was set up in 2002. In fact, it was incorporated on the 1st of November. It started its business on the 26th of November. It was primarily set up as a trading company and hence its name, NTPC Vidyut Vyapar Nigam. But as we'll see on the next few slides, the whole business, we are trying to expand the business portfolio of NVVN. Next slide, please. So we have broadly now 4 verticals on which we are working on. One, of course, is power trading. So we are the second largest power trading company in the country. And in ownership terms, we are the only government-owned company in the market as of now. We are also setting up small-size renewable energy projects, and I'll give you a few details in the next few slides. We're looking at waste to energy. That's going to be an important vertical as far as NVVN is concerned. And we're also looking at electric mobility. So the entire business of e-mobility, which NTPC had initiated, is now being organized through NVVN. Next slide, please. If I could share a few highlights, NVVN in terms of trading is the main trading arm, which is involved in cross-border trading. So we are supplying 710 megawatts power to Bangladesh and up to 250 megawatts power to Nepal. And for Bangladesh, it's a long-term contract, and for Nepal, it's an annual contract. But they have indicated that they are willing to look at it beyond the next year also, because Nepal is also keen to start supplying some surplus power into the Indian market. On the renewable side, sir, we recently won a tender of DVC for 50 megawatt solar plant to be set up at Panchet. We've also signed an MOU with Airports Authority of India, in which what we are broadly looking at is that we can help them set up solar plants wherever rooftop is available or wherever land is available. We'll also help them in sourcing solar power either under the CPSU scheme or otherwise to bring down the cost of power. And we have started the initial work with them, and we're looking at airports in Chennai and Coimbatore, and they've also indicated recently that we need to go ahead with the Tripura airport also. We have also signed an MOU with IIT Jodhpur. Again, we'll be setting up solar projects there under the RESCO mode, where we'll be setting up the projects, we'll be doing the CAPEX, and we'll be supplying power to IIT Jodhpur. On the electric mobility side, so we signed an agreement for supply of buses to Andaman and Nicobar for 40 buses. I'm happy to announce that the first bus is on its way. It actually is on the ship now, traveling from Chennai to Andaman. And hopefully within the next 15 days, this bus would be flagged off once the necessary infrastructure work is done. We also won a tender of Bangalore Metropolitan Transport Corporation for 90 electric buses. This is, sir, under the FAME scheme in which NVVN participated. We also signed an MOU with Maharashtra State Road Development Corporation. They are the agency of Maharashtra who's actually developing the Nagpur-Mumbai Samruddhi Highway, which is expected to start operation in the next 6 months. Along with that, of course, we're looking at charging business. We already have about 90 plus public chargers already in operation across various cities. Next, please. On the waste to energy side, this was the portfolio recently NTPC decided that this also business should be taken up through NVVN. So we have done some small pilots. In fact, the photograph is, if you see, sir, this is a municipal solid waste torrefaction plant, which we set up at Dadri, in which we are using the municipal solid waste being generated in Dadri township, and we are converting that into a charcoal, torrefied charcoal. I'll just quickly like to add, sir, this charcoal, and that is what is also the intent through this current event also, that here we are using municipal solid waste. If we can actually use agro residue, and which is also parali burning, which is also major issue which we face, particularly in the northern part of India every year. So if that can be used to be converted into agro residue based charcoal for torrefaction technology, that coal or coal equivalent can be used very easily, not only in existing boilers, it can also be used in small industries. It could be used, for example, in Punjab and Haryana. It could be used in the tandoors. We all know that's an integral part of the entire homes and restaurants in Punjab and Haryana. What we have been told that actually Punjab, a lot of charcoal is supplied from Gujarat to Punjab. So this could also become an area which could lead to easy availability of charcoal. So we are also setting up waste to energy plants. One is in Surat, in Gujarat, and another one we have signed an MOU with East Delhi. We have already created a subsidiary for that. And we recently signed MOUs with Indore, Varanasi, Hubli, Dharwad, and Bhopal. And all these cities are very keen that NTPC through NVVN come in and start setting up. So these would be about 200 ton per day to 300 ton per day plants at these locations. Next, please. So on the biomass co-firing, I don't need to go into too much detail. So we had done this pilot study, as you're kindly aware. We are already firing some of it in Dadri. So we issued recently an order for 280 ton per day for 4 years for Dadri. And we've also issued orders for 9 months for a few other plants like Sholapur, Mauda, Unchahar, and Kudgi. And we hope to finalize orders for the other power plants as well. Along with this, we're actually going for a 5-year contract, which will be for almost 5 million tons per annum, for which the bids have already been invited in September. Next, please. So why green charcoal? So when we were looking at this, and I must at the outset admit that same day NTPC did come up with this very good idea that why we cannot make charcoal as a cottage industry, which can be produced in the homes of a farmer, of a small farmer. So when we looked at this, we knew that biomass co-firing was started to combat air pollution as well as to improve air quality. And while steps have been taken, but admittedly, the progress has not been as fast as probably all of us had anticipated. So producing torrefied charcoal from agro residue could be actually giving an impetus. If we can use the agro residue which is being produced in the fields and which the farmer has to burn quickly to go into the next cropping cycle, if he can use this to produce charcoal, which either he can use or supply to nearby small industry, or we can get some aggregator into place to supply to larger thermal power plants. The advantages of green charcoal is this is double the agro waste is consumed. So compared to a biomass-based pellet, almost twice the quantity of agro waste is consumed here. And because the outcome is charcoal, which has properties quite similar to that of coal, it can actually be fired in much higher quantities, not only in the boilers, but as coal in any other industry, like I mentioned. And we also learned that in Brazil, this thing has been used for improving the fertility of soil. So, of course, we don't have any scientific data to support it right now, but we believe this could be another area which could actually help the farmer to improve the fertility of his soil and hence improve the performance or better output from the farms. Next one. So this torrefaction technology is actually available across the world, but invariably what we have seen that these are large torrefaction equipment and which are pretty costly as of now. So the objective is also to create and support the Atmanirbhar Bharat scheme through development of this small. So what we'll show in the next few slides that we are aiming that we have a hackathon. Hackathon, as you know, sir, today in a connected world, it's very easy for innovative people, idea people to generate ideas and give possible product design. So we're inviting them to give us design ideas, implementable ideas, practical ideas, which can lead to making of these small machines, say up to 100 tons per day or 1,000 tons per day or 10,000 tons per day, which can then be used by small farmers or small residences to produce charcoal. This will possibly also lead to more entrepreneurship within this farming community and anyone else. And of course, the added advantage would be that if we are able to use this to reduce the burning of air of the agro residue, that will definitely help in cleaner environment and controlling pollution. So with these broad objectives in mind, sir, let's go to next slide. So these were basically the pillars: making India self-reliant, encouraging the small entrepreneurs, development of cottage industry, generating employment and additional revenue for farmers, improving air quality, and generating renewable power. And we know this is green charcoal because this is made entirely out of agro residue, and this can be totally classified as renewable energy also. Next one, please. So we are putting out a design challenge, sir, for 3 sections. One is the category up to 100 tons per day output. The other is 1,000 kilos. 100 kilos per day output. The other one is 1,000 kilos per day. And the third one is 10 tons per day output. So the whole objective is that we have 3 categories in which we will ask the design people or the ideas people to come out with a prototype design, which should be implementable. And we are going to reward them. If we go to the next slide. So the broad timelines we have set for this, we are launching today in your gracious presence, sir. We'll open the registration and the design period for the next 40 days. That is up to the 10th of January. And then we are engaging a consultant who will do the initial shortlisting. Top 24 will go up to checkpoint 1. Thereafter, we'll be engaging one of our people or 2 of our people to mentor the teams to see how it can actually be finessed further. And then on one day or maybe 1.5 days towards the end of January, we'll be presenting it to our eminent jury, out of which we'll select 2 winners in each category, and we'll be giving them an award of 5 lakhs and 3 lakhs rupees, the first and the second one. So total award which we plan to do is for about 24 lakhs, 2 in each category. So this is go to the next slide, please. So this is the broad plan and the timelines for which the journey we are going to start today, sir. We once again thank everyone for joining us here. And if I may now request our CMD, Shri Singh ji, to share his thoughts.
Thank you, Mohit. Good evening, sir. Honourable Minister, sir. Shri Ashish Upadhyay ji, Additional Secretary and Member of the Board of NTPC. Dr. Bhim Singh ji, who is Independent Director and Jury Member, which is being chaired by Honourable Secretary Mr. Sahai, who incidentally could not attend because of there is some other international event which came in. Mr. Gautam, our Director of Finance, who has been involved in this exercise. Mr. Saurabh Kumar, those who are attending. I think others who could not join through this live one are engaged through the live telecast. So this is a unique event which is being undertaken by NTPC's 100% owned subsidiary NVVN, as explained by Mr. Mohit Bhargav. Sir, we would like to thank for taking out your time and be with us on this occasion. And this is a very unique experience for us also in NTPC, who had been putting the not only megawatt but gigawatt plants, and now we are talking about the smaller one and then how to integrate. And so this is one very small kind of step from our side, where we can not only try to help the environment or try to create some kind of revenue opportunities for the farmers, but also it should be going in a long way once we are able to really create some kind of ecosystem where every house, like the cottage industry, if it is going to be, whether it's Coimbatore or whether it's Ludhiana, where there is a different kind of, in the case of the woolen or kind of cotton industries is there. So similarly, this should be on the pattern of like milk cooperative kind of things. This can really come up very well. and this can generate. Sir, I would just like to add, which probably Mohit just mentioned, but the scope of this, what is coming out is we will be having approximately 2 lakh megawatt of the total capacity in the country for the coal-fired plants. And this will be requiring anywhere approximately 1 billion ton of coal if it is running at full load. And even if this is a 10%, we can blend. This turns out to be approximately 100 million ton of the green charcoal. And considering a 60% yield factor, we can have the around 160 million ton of the agro waste, any other organic waste, or any municipal solid waste which can be converted into charcoal, as was shown in that that machine which can convert this. So this will not be only limited to agro waste. It can really solve the problem of the larger municipal solid waste in this. And this can generate a revenue of up to or even exceed 50,000 crore per year, if this is the kind of the scale which is there. And so this calorific value of this charcoal, what has been produced in this unit at Dadri, this is almost 10 to 15% higher than the coal what we are getting from the Coal India or our own mine even. And if we see in the kind of the financial or the economy terms, if this is used in case of Haryana or Punjab, where the coal is being transported from the eastern part of the country, the calorific value in case of the heating value terms comes out to be more or less same if we are charging around 5 rupees to 6 rupees per kg of this charcoal, or let us say again 5,000 to 6,000 rupees per ton for this charcoal. So this is for the power generation and for the end consumer. There is no additional cost which will come, it will be only good, and good in the term of the improving the environment, good in terms of creating revenue, and good in terms of helping the economy as a whole. I think, sir, with that goal, we thought that this will be our very small step, but I believe that this small step will be resulting in a potentially a big contribution towards the society and to our great nation, and to bring us to this green charcoal. When we are saying that, means it will be counted as a renewable energy. And parallelly, sir, what we are doing, and we would seek your help in that, sir, going forward, that how to convert one of our coal-fired units into 100% charcoal-fired units, so that instead of this becomes the coal-fired and people will be saying that coal has to be phased out, whether we can start preparing through this experimentation, we can convert that into a 100% charcoal-fired unit, and which is considered to be a charcoal-fired green power station. So this is the kind of the aspirations which you keep motivating us, sir, and with your inspiration, we as NTPC through NVVN are working towards this goal. And I hope that after a few days, once this hackathon is complete and the ideas are coming, we would be in a position to have a very good concepts and good designs. And if required, we will be able to help. This 24 lakhs is not limited. Whatever has been spent, whatever money is required, we should be in a position to spend. And by end of January, we should be in a position to seek your time and declare that what kind of the results have come and which can really contribute to the entire nation, sir, in your able leadership. Thank you, sir. Thank you again, sir, for sparing your
time. Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot. Just a quick piece of information. We have a tagline for this. Just don't burn, just earn. And I'm happy to share that that's actually trending at number 1 on Twitter, sir. So that's another thing. And another quick piece of information.
Possible. Can we take that online? Somebody can take that?
Actually, I got a message.
Maybe later on.
Yeah. So once when the minister sir will launch it, then we'll see the website and then we can see it. So it will be visible there. Another quick information, sir. Most of our sites are connected, and we have, I think, more than 2,000 people who are already joined and listening into the broadcast of this event. This is, of course, other than what is also being broadcast to the YouTube. May I now request Ashish Upadhyay, sir, Additional Secretary and Financial Advisor, Ministry of Power, and Director on Board of NTPC, to share his thoughts, please.
Honourable Minister, sir, other dignitaries present, I am indeed delighted to be part of this inaugural function organized today for launching the Green Charcoal Hackathon. At the outset, I should congratulate NTPC team for introducing the concept of hackathon in this field. Is new. While it is a very time-tested and reliable technique in software industry to organize hackathons where all the coders get together, particularly on any weekend, work continuously for 48 hours, put their ideas together, and at the end of it, some good products come out. For example, Twitter is result of one such hackathon which was organized early in this decade. And to bring that concept here, to solve a big problem of agriculture residue and the burning of the residue, which results in particulate matter coming into environment, is a great concept. It's also nice to understand that through this technique, we are going to put value addition further to the economy. So farmers are not encouraged to burn their crop, and the motto is told, they should not burn, they should earn. It is written. I wish that by this hackathon, we will be able to come out with some out-of-box solutions, some technologies, which will be not only cost-effective, but it will also help save the environment. I wish this hackathon all success. And from Tamsoma Jyotirgamay, now we will also start going Mrityorma Amritam Gamay by reducing the pollution on city like Delhi. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir. That was very nice of you. And you're absolutely right that we are trying to do things and we get the added benefit of controlling pollution and extending life. So I now like to request Honourable Minister, sir, to kindly address the gathering.
Mr. Gurdeep Singh, the Chairman Managing Director of NTPC, Mr. Ashish Upadhyay, the Additional Secretary and Financial Advisor, Mr. Anil Kumar Gautam, the Director of Finance, NTPC and Chairman NVVN, officers, ladies and gentlemen. I'll begin by saying that this hackathon which you are organizing and the purpose for which you are organizing it, again displays, as it has displayed earlier, the spirit of innovativeness which pervades the NTPC, which is a great thing. Any organization to grow and prosper has to have this spirit of innovation. Otherwise, it will ossify and fade away. So I'm glad this is another demonstration of the spirit of innovation which is there in the organization. And this needs to be nurtured at all levels, this spirit of innovation. And I'm quite sure that the NTPC's management is alive to this requirement. They're alive to the requirement of telling all their young recruits, young officers, young engineers that innovation is encouraged and new ideas are encouraged. So it's a sign of that, which is very good. And this is also this is also innovation in the pursuit of reducing our carbon footprint. From that point of view, I think in your hackathon you will have to add some riders. The mechanisms which are devised by all the competitors, they should keep in mind that the process of converting this into charcoal should not lead to emissions on a large scale. Otherwise, we would have failed in our purpose if we are adding to the emissions, whether it is burnt in the field or whether it is in your machine. If it leads to extensive emissions or emissions on a lower emissions on a scale equal to the burning of parali in the field, then we have lost the game. So that stipulation has to be there. When you make the selection, the jury can make it very clear. Another thing which is required to be done, of course, is to work out a model, a commercial model. Now, the commercial model will depend on the cost of the machine for torrefication or for charcoal production. If it is not very costly, then maybe individuals can own it and use that to process whatever straw they procure. Their procurement, the cost of their procurement capacities will also be limited. If the machine is big and if the machine is costly, then of course somebody will have to procure the machine and then run it as a service. Then he can run it either as a service or he can procure the straw and run it and sell the charcoal to your coal-fired plants. Now you must have a mechanism then again of some aggregator who aggregates the charcoal from all these producers and then delivers it to the plant. So that commercial framework will have to be devised. That is the next step. The first step, of course, is to devise the machine. And I'm happy that we are holding this hackathon. This is another spur to Atmanirbhar Bharat. And I'm quite sure that we'll come out with a machine which does not result in spewing of smoke to a large extent, and which is at the same time economical. That is another thing which has to be kept in mind. And I'm also happy to see that we have this objective which our Prime Minister has of reducing our carbon footprint. I'm happy to see that, and I'm happy to see the reorientation of the NTPC. I wish all the competitors success, and I'm quite sure that we'll get very good designs. So at the end of this 3-4 month period, maybe we will be able to see some machines, some models actually operating. So I wish you all the very best in your competition. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Sir, you have always been a source of inspiration for us and you have guided NTPC, and we are really thankful for that. And I think these 2 points which you made in terms of not ensuring that it does not lead to extra emissions, that is definitely, that has to be kept in mind. And how to work out a commercial model so that ultimately it becomes something which is easily available, either at individual level or at a village level or otherwise. So we'll work on that also, sir, once we have the product in hand and as we take it forward. And we totally agree with you, sir. A spirit of innovation and for reduction of carbon footprint is what we have to look for. And as you have been saying a couple of times, even during RE-Invest and other events, that we have to now more and more focus towards reducing the entire carbon footprint as a company also, while we are doing it at the country level. Once again, thanks a lot, sir. May I now request Honourable Minister, sir, to launch the website and the registration link, sir? So we are extremely thankful, sir. So this is the website, sir, which is going live now. And as I mentioned earlier, this is actually trending as #1 on Twitter also. Don't burn, just earn. If we can keep up that particular slide. So that's don't burn, just earn. That's the tagline we are looking at, sir. So once again, sir, thanks a lot. On behalf of NTPC and NVVN, I express my sincere gratitude to Honourable Minister, sir, for his kind presence and giving us time. I'd also like to thank Ashish Padhya, sir, for joining us at such short notice. I'd also like to thank CMD NTPC, all directors on board, and particularly Professor Bhim Singh, sir, who joined in spite of we were earlier told that probably he's very busy with some other events, so he has also joined. Also, special thanks to Kumar sir from EESL, who is partnering us in this event. And without your support, I must say that we've not been able to take this forward. Thanks once again to everyone involved, NVVN team, NTPC IT team, the EESL backend team, and Incubate India, who are actually driving this process. Thanks once again. Good evening. Take care, please. Thank you.